found the GroomPod. Welcome to our virtual salon. My name is Susie, and I'm your host. I'm a mobile groomer from Seattle, Washington, and anybody who knows me will tell you I love to talk, especially about my job. And one of my favorite people to talk to is my friend and mentor and the co-star of this show, the curator of ingredients, Miss Barbara Bird.
Hey, Susie, so much going on. Golly, it's an exciting time. How are you? And did you make it through the rains?
Oh, I barely made it through the rains. I'm telling you, we got a lot of rain and there's flooding all around me, but I'm on the side of a mountain. We here in the Northwest would call it a hill, but pretty much everywhere else it's kind of a mountain. We're in a mountain pass and it just kind of slides right past us. The scary thing is it goes into our fish pond and then streams out the other side. And I'm always worried that our fish are going to decide to head upstream and there's nowhere to go. They'll just be on the lawn.
That didn't happen, though, did it?
No, it did not. At least we didn't catch any of them out there. They might have gone up and then turned around and gone back into the pond.
Well, what'd they do? Walk back in?
Perhaps, or just rode down on the wave.
I'm going to tell you something. When I had my fish pond for the 15 years that I had my fish pond, I had constant fish pond nightmares.
I bet. It's a lot.
Just horrible things. I would wake up and have to run out and check my pond.
I totally get it.
Since I shut the pond down and we lost the last fish, not a single dream.
It's amazing how that works.
It's really a stress factor.
So everyone, thanks for being here. Are you guys ready to stop losing talent and start growing your salon into mentorship powerhouse? If you've ever struggled to guide a new groomer and wondered how to implement the hottest grooming trends, then you are in the right place. Welcome to the GroomPod, episode 467. I'm Susie the groomer, and my friend is here with me, Barbara Bird. Say hi, Barbara.
Hi there.
And we're ready to talk shop today. This entire discussion, this fabulous show, this wonderful, wonderful thing we do every week is made possible by our fabulous sponsors, Best Shot Show Season, Groommore, Stasco, and Precision Sharp. And this week, What's New is brought to you by Groommore Software. Are you a professional groomer looking to spend less time on paperwork and more time with your clients? If you haven't found Groommore, you're missing out. Groommore is an all-in-one software solution built specifically for your grooming business. Whether you run a single mobile unit or manage multiple shops, they've got you covered. Imagine having 24-hour online booking, simple forms, smart routing for mobile stops, integrated credit card processing. Plus, it includes automated reminders and seamless integration with Google Calendar and QuickBooks. Everything you need and the best customer service around. Stop juggling systems, go mobile, go house call, or go to the shop. Groommore handles it all. And because you're a listener of the show, Groommore is giving you a free month. Just enter the coupon code GroomPod22 at checkout. Check out Groommore today and simplify your business. Well, Barbara, my holiday gifts are going over very, very well. People are loving them. They're laughing at my story of thinking that they were rabies tag size, and instead they're tiny little itsy bitsy ladybug size. But everybody likes them. It's been a real positive experience. I did not realize that I have scheduled my favorite dogs for the first appointment of the day. All the dogs that have died are my first appointments of the day. So I'm sitting at home until 1 o'clock before I go out. It's very weird. I have to shuffle things around. But at the moment, I'm all discombobulated, and it took me forever to get the last show up. And the one after it will go up right away because I've been retooling, as you might have noticed, all kinds of neat things. I even am trying to make a song for our sponsors, each sponsor to get their own song. I've been busy, Barbara, busy, busy, busy. But you were talking about the rain. The rain did cause me to do some rescheduling. And it wasn't because we were flooded, but I cannot get away from my neighborhood. All the streets are closed and underwater. There's lakes where no lakes used to be. Rivers have joined together and rerouted through people's yards and stuff. It's crazy. It has just been insane. Everybody was really trying desperately to keep their appointments. And when I would call and say, I don't think I can get up Highway 9 to you, they're all like, oh, we wanted to cancel, but we never want to cancel for me on December. We didn't know if we'd get back in. Well, luckily, I've got lots of room right now. You have to look at the bright side of things.
Hey, sometimes things work out, right?
Indeed. Sometimes the world's forces has a bigger plan in place, and that's what happened this time. So because I've got a loosey-goosey schedule, I was able to stop by and see one of my previous clients that is going through cancer treatment. She's like 90, 89 or 90 right now, and she's had a double mastectomy and is going through some chemo and radiation. And it was nice to pop in and say hi to her. I still haven't made one of those stupid dog pass phone calls, though, that I need to do. But alas, I will get to it. Now it's been a while, so yeah. On top of everything else, I lost my dog last week. Yeah, I'm hoping that's the end of the slide. Like she was the culmination of everything, was losing my own dog, and now things will be a little bit better. My co-owner, my co-parent for this dog is just destroyed because it was her first loss. So it was good for me to talk about it. I listened back to the podcast. I made myself laugh a couple times. You made me laugh a couple times, so it was good. So anything going on with you that's fun and exciting?
Well, I've got just a lot of plans because, like you, I have been concocting ways to kind of freshen up the podcast. And I'm not going to reveal it yet because I want to be a surprise. But the new year is going to bring exciting things. And so that's what I've been doing, sneaky stuff. And it's getting really busy taking care of everything. And I've been doing physical therapy, getting my knees ready for the surgery.
Oh, you're having a surgery? Tell us.
Well, on January the 12th, I'm going to have my left knee replaced. It's been on my list. You know what's exciting, Susie, is that when I was sitting in Arizona and I was thinking about moving to South Carolina, I had things in mind. One of them was that I was going to do physical therapy and get in better shape. And here I am doing physical therapy. And I was going to get my knee fixed, and I'm getting my knee fixed. And I was going to eat healthier, and I'm eating healthier. And it's, got the good gut microbiome going now. And everything that I kind of dreamed about and stated as a goal for moving to South Carolina is coming together. And it's just so incredibly cool.
Isn't it fun to scratch stuff off your list? I love making a list and then scratching stuff off.
It's just fun to be taking steps so as to live your best life when you're 85 going on 86 years old. Geez.
It's impressive.
I love myself.
We love you too.
I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl. Like everybody's just giving me a lot of support and feedback. So it's fun. It's fun. I'm getting my shit together.
It warms my heart.
Yes.
It definitely warms my heart. Well, maybe we should just forge ahead on. This might be a short show, holidays and all. So we're going to forge ahead on to our first appointment. But first, we're going to hear from a sponsor. And I will be delivering that message. Grooming success begins with Best Shot products in your tub. That's why you need the latest from Best Shot Ultramax Pro line. Introducing Ultramax Hair Hold, a flexible hairspray that can be easily layered on for just the right amount of hold and finish. But the real game changer is the Max. And once you use it, you won't groom without it. The Max is a fragrance-free, ultra-concentrated conditioner and detangler that works like magic. It slashes your drying time and effortlessly handles tough undercoat and stubborn tangles. Just a few drops in your final final rinse, or simply spray it on and dry it in. Ready to upgrade your grooms? Contact your favorite Best Shot distributor or learn more online at bestshotpet.com. Grooming success begins with Best Shot in your tub, made from the best stuff on earth.
Hey groomers, it's time to have some fun with fragrances. Show Season will help the holidays happen with their crazy selection of holiday smells. Get several bottles of spray and let your clients choose. Fragrance sprays include Christmas Spice and Merry Cranberry, Holiday Hug, and Hot Buttered Rum. Sugar Cookie and Pumpkin Spice come with their own matching shampoos. Pick up a bottle of sparkle spray for your party animals and some aromatherapy for your entryway. Show Season has you covered. Make Show Season your holiday headquarters.
Ready, groomers? Here comes our first appointment. We all take on the job of being a mentor occasionally, whether you're working in a shop next to somebody or whether you're doing it online. But what makes a really good grooming mentor? What kind of things do you look for in a mentor when you're looking for a mentor? I'm talking to my mentor right now, so which is really cool. I've had lots of mentors, but Barbara, you're the one that sticks out in my mind the most as being there for me, and you're especially my scissoring mentor and my product mentor and my customer service mentor. You're kind of a well-rounded mentor. And I think being a mentor takes the right mindset. And some people are good with it, and some people are not as good with it. The biggest thing about being a mentor is you have to be patient. Patience is something that I was blessed with from my father. My father was the most patient guy in the world, and I know this because I worked for the people that worked for my father for a year. And it was really interesting to hear them describe what a patient guy and what a fair guy he was. And luckily, I got dished out that particular meal when I was in line. It's important to wait for the mistakes to be made and not rush in and try to change them before they're happening, because part of learning is making mistakes, right?
Right.
If you go in and correct them right away, then the person who's making the mistake,
They don't learn. They just got lucky.
making a mistake is a process. First, you think about making the mistake, then you make the mistake, then you figure out how to unmake the mistake, and then you look back on it and try to reflect so that you don't make the mistake again, right? So if you rush in there and fix their mistakes and don't give them a chance to live in that moment, you're not letting them learn. Also, as a mentor, you can't be judgmental. One day, I was being taught by a groomer that had a lot more experience than I did, and I have a very difficult time separating poodle ears from poodle head. I'm still not great at it. I did it yesterday. I'm definitely better, but I made a cut over the dog's ear, and my mentor just about turned and walked out because she thought I was completely hopeless. It was just a hopeless situation. And granted, I'm not the best still at cutting over the ears, but I'm better, and I did manage to get through it. But mentorship needs to be a place where you can make mistakes without being judged. You're not afraid of making mistakes. It's a safe place for mistakes, if you will. Like when the groomer I was teaching did the reverse 40 blade up the center of the golden retriever that day. I didn't rush to judgment. I didn't make her feel bad. I just said, shit happens. Because you know what? Shit happens. Now, the owners of the dogs didn't react as non-judgmentally as I did. It did not turn out well in that respect.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
What did you do? That reminds me of the time I got bit by a dog that was being a cage lover. And the people said, "Oh, what did you do to her?" Damn dog tore my finger apart. And well, what did you do to her?
None of that stuff happens at home, so it must be something we've done. It's definitely not trigger stacking or a little bit of extra stress. No, it's something that we did, definitely.
Yeah, I put her in a kennel.
Scary.
We put her in a cell.
Yeah, she obviously thought it was the greatest thing in the world and didn't want to leave. Yep. So you've got to wait for the mistakes to be made. You've got to be non judgmental. And you need to be highly adaptable in the way you teach. Because one thing I learned when I was a dance teacher is that everyone learns a little bit differently. Sometimes people learn from watching, sometimes people learn from doing, sometimes people learn from the explanation part. How do you learn?
I learned by explanation part. I need to be explained like why we do that way. It's enough to say so you don't make this mistake. you know.
It's interesting because you could be mentoring several different people with kind of different learning styles. You've done a great job with me, I might say.
Oh, thank you. I think I'm a fairly good. I think I can tick off most of those things that you said because I am very patient. Um, I am non-judgmental, except I have to admit that in the case of serious, I can get angry.
Yeah.
I got angry at an employee one time who told me they could do a breed that they couldn't do. I think it was something like a Bedlington Terrier or something. And then they just fucked it up. And, it wasn't a single mistake. The whole entire groom was accumulated mistakes. And if they had just been honest and said, I'm not too sure about that, we might have avoided it. But by and large, for small things, I'm really pretty easy going. I'll give people another chance. As a mentor, you do have to be able to fix shit. You have
Yeah,
to be able,
definitely.
you have to be able to know what you could do to minimize the appearance of that mistake. And that, use your blenders and do this and this and so on and so forth. And I learned from someone who would fix my mistakes, but never no, it was a little bit short of the feedback on the feedback part. Also, I would have done very well. I would have learned a lot faster if we had had books.
Oh, yeah.
If I had Jody Murphy's book when I started in like 1962, boy, it would have been a whole different. I was a slow learner. I had a master's degree. I was an academic person. I was scholarly. I was book learner, and there was no written down information for me.
There was just the AKC book that told you what the breed was supposed to do, and that was
And
it.
we used that, but one sometimes crummy picture of a breed is not, you need a picture of the ass from the back. You need to see the rear end from the rear end, not just a side view of the rear end.
The way the books are these days is so much more helpful. We had to guess. We had to read the breed standard and look at the pictures of the show dogs and then kind of come up with what we thought was going on in the grooming room. It was challenging.
I learned a lot by going to the dog shows and seeing the breeds and then seeing my mentor groom his dogs. Oh, I always have loved to watch other people groom. I'm silly that way. That's how I got involved. I got involved because I used to take on my summer break. I used to go to this kennel and sit there and watch this man groom for hours.
It's fun. I like it too.
And then when I went to the dog shows, I always went to the handler area and watched people groom there. And that's always been helpful. Oh, I actually got a couple of really good lessons from handlers at the dog show.
You got to find the right one,
You
though,
gotta find the right one, and you gotta really be careful in your approach.
and your timing.
But I was shown full Bichon trim. I had a top level, best in show groomer show me the Bichon trim on my dog for it was like at least an hour because he went by the profile, by the standard, by the structure of the dog. I mean, it was very detailed and it was just like soul food for me. And then I had another, a little bit less patient handler show me how to do the Australian Terrier groom. On the other hand, I asked another local groomer who was at the dog show and had a whole bunch of Scotties with her. They were in a exercise pen and they're sitting under a tree and there's a couple, three of them. And I said I was looking at the ear. So I said, could you please tell me how you do the ears? And she said, no.
Ah, well, I guess that answered that.
I said, my name's Barbara and I own Transformation Pet Center. And I would like to be able to see that a little better. And she said, no, I'm not going to show my competition anything. I mean, and she was foul.
Boo, that's just unfriendly.
No, it was unfriendly. Didn't interrupt her. It was after I learned real quick. You do not ask people before they show dogs. You ask them after they show dogs. When they've got their jacket off and they got their grooming apron back on, then you ask them, can you show me the rear ambulation on that dog? Please.
So listening is a skill that we all should be better at for sure. But it's especially important when you're mentoring someone to listen and try and decipher what their actual issue is with going forward, where their insecurity is, what are they feeling not confident about, and then be clear about your communication back to them. I think having a book and showing someone in a book and then demonstrating on a dog and then being able to talk back and forth, let them ask questions, answer their questions, listen to what they're asking. And for me, being available, having a mentor that's available, because I still have mentors and I'm a mentor. When I call and I've got a dog on the table and I hit a problem, I call Barbara and I say, Barbara, how do I blend the front leg on this poodle into the shoulder area? I think I'm going too low. And Barbara says, because she's right there, you're right, go a little higher. And lo and behold, I can go a little higher right there on the spot, make the adjustment. And I've been guided by my mentor to do so because she was there for me. So if you cannot be there for your mentee, don't be a mentor. It's really frustrating to call somebody time and time again and never have them pick up the phone. And when you work in an industry like ours, where oftentimes you're by yourself, it's really helpful to be able to reach out to someone that you trust. And importantly, someone that has skills. Like Barbara was saying, skills to fix a problem, skills to demonstrate an issue, skills to hear what you're saying and translate it into teaching back to you. Those are important skills to have as a mentor. And you can want to be a mentor with a gigantic heart and a huge brain. But if you don't have the skills and the communication, it's not going to really help the person that you're trying to help. Guide them to the solution. Don't fix the problem for them. We talked a little bit about that already, but you want them to work through it so that they have a process that they can repeat. One of the things that, Barbara, you do, I know, and have had done to me is someone grooms one half of the dog and then I groom the other half of the dog, especially a dog that I'm having a difficult time with, because it's easier to match someone's good groom than it is to have them correct your bad groom. So that's a wonderful way. You do that a lot.
Yes, I do that a lot. I like to have like two Bichons. You groom yours and I'll groom mine, and we'll be side by side and we can look and share.
The immediate, quick feedback is the best way to be there for your people. And encourage them to assess their own grooming. I think pictures really help with that. Take a picture. You can send me a picture, or I'll send Barbara a picture. depending on which way we're going. Am I menteeing or mentoring? It go both ways. Send a picture and have that person that you trust who has the skills take a look at it. And sometimes just that other eye really helps. And today with video calling, you can actually do it right on the spot. You can call your mentor with a video chat. You can show the dog. They can help you correct the problem. So important. And so much of our learning takes place on a one-on-one mentorship basis in this industry.
Absolutely. It's hard to be great without that.
Yeah. And how do you find a mentor? How do you pick your mentor? I know how I picked mine. I wanted somebody that I liked their style, that I liked the way they talk, that they had a sense of humor.
I would pick somebody that I liked their personality, but mostly my mentoring came by luck. I just happened to go to work for the top groomer in Tucson, who was putting dogs in the show ring. And then I just happened to ask the right people at the dog show. And then I fell into a kind of long distance mentorship with Diane Betelak, whose parents lived in Tucson. She would come to Tucson and then come by the shop, and I'd get a quick free lesson from her. She taught me how to do the whole eye thing around the Bichon show look.
The visor thing.
The visor thing, yeah. Uh, but she was extremely easygoing, extremely non-judgmental, and I knew it before I asked her anything. The people who judge the grooming show competitions are generally very good at giving you feedback about your competition grooming. So that's another place to go if you don't have a mentor, is to start grooming for competition and getting feedback from various judges and friends and people who are a little ahead of you in the upper classes and so on and so forth.
You have to look at how busy people are because we've got a lot of really, I guess I would call them stars in our industry, social media influencers, people who seem like they would be very approachable but aren't. So you don't have to have a recognizable person as your mentor. I mentor lots of people. I'm not that. Well, I used to not be that recognizable. I guess I am kind of more recognizable now. But my favorite people to mentor are new mobile groomers because I get to mentor tools. I get to mentor the skills. I get to mentor the people part. I get to mentor the driving part. And there's just so many aspects to grooming. Sometimes you've got to pick a person for each one of those individual things. Like I know Barbara is a fantastic stylist. She has style, she has scissoring skills, and she's got customer service information. But I might not go to her, no offense, Barbara, for information on how to do my taxes. She wouldn't be the person I would call for that. I have another mentor for that.
Exactly.
So it behooves you to have a wide variety of people that you can ask for help. And you know the people who have a lot of time and are very generous with their time. Like, for instance, if someone calls me, I'm pretty generous with my time. And I also follow through and check up on them a day or two later and see how things went. So I'm good that way. I've got the time to do that because I'm a mobile groomer. Well, not every influencer out there is going to be able to be your personal guide. So find somebody local. Find somebody who's not the most famous person, but whose technique you admire, or grooming you admire, or business you admire, and make contacts with them and see if they'll be helpful for you. And I encourage everyone who is just learning to groom in the first few years to get some people in your corner that will help support you and help you make it in this industry.
So let's talk about getting local breeders to be a mentor, because that's another area where you have to be careful because some breeders are very judgmental and don't even believe that pet groomers can groom for shit. Although
Yeah.
that's really changing because more and more pet groomers are going into the show ring with dogs that they've groomed exquisitely. There again, you have to, if you're going to ask for help from, like, say, yeah, be careful with terrier people. I'm just going to say that.
I'll add to, yeah, absolutely.
Like you are your dogs, it's very often that a breeder's personality will be reflected by the temperament type of the breed they selected breed. So terrier people tend to be kind of scruffy and kind of they easily bite. They don't care much about your feelings. you know, Bichon people are usually a little bit more laid back and happy people. But I recommend that if you want to like master the breed profiles, which is a glorious goal, be careful who you ask for mentoring, and just be ready to be brushed off or treated gruffly, and don't take things too personally, because like that was my hardest thing. I took everything for most of my life. I took everything personally. I was just really easily devastated. And it definitely affected my learning process of grooming. It's why I took so damn long to get good, is because I kept beating myself up for not being good enough.
You needed a better mentor.
Yeah, and it wasn't until I really started kind of doing some personal work on my tenderness that I started really learning to groom faster. I had to do some personal work first. Personal work is all good along your journey. It definitely helps the journey to work on yourself as well as just simply your skills, because how you view yourself in the world and how you react to people and all of that, boy, that affects your customer relations, it affects your dog relations, it affects your learning ability, it affects everything. So if you can't find a mentor for your grooming, just go do some personal work with a therapist or take a course or something. Well, we're taking up a whole time with this.
We're not. We're good. We're good. Actually, good point, though. We should wrap this one up and say that find out what your mentee needs and encourage them and provide immediate feedback and focus on the whole business, not just on the grooming part, and you'll be a good mentor. And let's hear from our sponsors. The GroomPod and Precision Sharp would like to invite you to check out the newest precise cut shear called Lynx. Its patented design features a thumb ring that slides the length of the handle for perfect ergonomic placement of your thumb. Slide it, lock it into place, and get your best grooms on. Check it out at precisionsharp.com.
Groomers, take your seats. It's time for B-Bird's Classroom.
All right, Barbara, what the heck is K-Beauty? What is it?
Korean beauty. And you could just say Asian beauty, because they intermingle, Japanese intermingles with Korean and so on and so forth. But they generally go by the overall generic term K-beauty. for a long time, kind of resisted K beauty. I just wanted to go with the science. And K beauty tends to meld the science and the natural together to and actually, let me tell you this, K beauty, Korean beauty is really a philosophy as much as it is product. And I'm so ingredient oriented that I'm looking for specific ingredients when actually it's combinations. It's a philosophy of uh, how you treat the skin, how you deal with the skin, how you view the skin. And it's true that Western dermatology pretty much views dermatology as fixing problems in the skin. Korean beauty means laying back and doing to nurture the skin into a better, healthier situation where it's not gonna crumble into inflammation, you know. And so let me get my notes up and we'll talk some more. Check this out. Korean beauty is about building calm, hydrated, resilient skin through gentle, layered care using barrier supportive, anti inflammatory, and often fermented ingredients, prioritizing long term skin health over rapid cosmetic change. And that blew me away when I read it. I said, you know, I think I'm going to become a K beauty pet groomer instead of holistic.
I like it.
I like this. I like this. And I actually started like product by product for myself. And and even though I started product by product, I started then getting that everything is connected in K beauty, and it is a very layered approach. For example, in skincare, in for people, they recommend using an oil-based cleanser followed by a water-based cleanser, two cleansers. I never do that. I often skip cleansing altogether.
I have no skincare routine. So, yeah.
I just had a hit or miss kind of, you know, but the truth is, several years ago, I started doing hyaluronic acid moisturizing on my face daily. And now here I am 85 and I don't look 85. And I know it's all of the moisturizing and that came at a good time 10 years ago. Thank God I did that because now I've got a much healthier situation to deal with anti aging. I'm not one to just let shit happen to my face.
You're going kicking and screaming.
I'm going kicking and screaming. I let my gray hair grow out and then I put pink in it and I'll be pink till the day I die. Not totally pink, everybody knows it's just on the bottom third. And my hair is getting long, really long. My understanding about ingredients helped me kind of appreciate the value of the K beauty approach, the Korean beauty approach. The more that picked up new products, I was picking them up off of BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed recommended this and that and everything, and I read people's reviews, and a lot of people are using Korean beauty approach and having good results, not just Koreans. So, skin barrier integrity is central to Korean beauty. A strong stratum corneum is considered the foundation of good skin. Well, of course it is. Um, and there's an emphasis on ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids in ingredients. And there's an avoidance of harsh surfactants, no sulfates, sorry, high alcohol formulas, no isopropyl alcohol astringents. And although they believe in exfoliation and not over exfoliating, and likewise, not over cleansing. That's why they avoid the harsh surfactants. And I have to say that any way you look at it, sodium lauryl sulfate, even when formulated to be exceptionally mild, is going to be somewhat harsh. So my K beauty, I had to kind of let go of my assumption that sodium and ammonium lauryl sulfate was okay. Whether or not it's bad for dogs, that's another question that I haven't quite grappled with yet.
And dogs are so much dirtier than we are.
That's
I mean,
right.
well, okay, I'm kind of dirty, but in general, I'm dealing with farm dogs and yard dogs, and they are really filthy. So I'm not ready to let go of my sulfates completely.
And I hear that. Layering of lightweight hydration is another core concept of K beauty rather than one heavy moisturizing product. So multiple light layers like a toner, an essence, an ampule, a serum layered on top of each other. And each step,
A who what? A what?
an ampule,
An ampular's what's that?
it's actually like a plastic pill that you prick and you squeeze the stuff out.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I just didn't know what it was, and I think maybe people won't know.
It's actually a delivery form of serum,
Okay,
but each step in it does some form of moisturizing and hydration and delivers gently. So hydration is treated as a continuous replenishment. And that means morning practices and before bed stuff. And I've been doing that. I want to tell you, I've just had great results doing K beauty for myself, enough that I got interested in seeing what's going on, if anything, in K beauty and pet care. Difference between K beauty and American beauty is much more focus on maintaining the skin microbiome rather than wiping it clean and letting it recreate itself. And I'm right there because you've heard me lately talk about I've lost faith in chlorhexidine, for example. And that's why, because chlorhexidine wipes out the good bacteria as well as the bad bacteria on the skin. And then the skin has no self means of healing or becoming healthy. You're just taking it back to zero. And then you have to feed it one way or another to have a good skin flora. It's so avoiding unnecessary antimicrobial disruption. That means no antimicrobials for preventative grooming. It's not preventative. It's going to set your dog's skin up to more easily being disrupted.
okay, I get that.
Panthenol, which we see in a lot of our shampoos and everything. Panthenol is used in Korean beauty. So is glycerin, butylene glycol, hyaluronic acid, a lot of that. Panthenol, trehalose, that's a enzyme. Hydration is viewed as skin therapy, not cosmetic fluff. I mean, and it's a daily thing. Barrier repair lipids, ceramides, um, peptides, and less just oil, less oils, and more components of barrier components. Soothing and anti inflammatory botanicals. So, Korean beauty has their favorite botanicals, including Centella asiatica, which is a Korean botanical. Green tea, we know that, right?
Yep.
Licorice root, which we recognize, and others, and also fermented ingredients, which is true for K beauty and also Japanese beauty, like Saccharomyces. I'm not going to, I can't.
Break it down.
Saccharomyces ferment.
There you go.
And I have that. I have that in a milky toner. I wasn't
Oh,
using a toner at all. I let toner go decades ago, but I've taken a toner back, and my toner that I've got is by the Ordinary Company, which is a really good company. They do just a no frills ingredients, no frills, and they're affordable. That's a good place to get just good old hyaluronic acid, and another good place to get good hyaluronic acid is Trader Joe's. Trader
oh,
Joe's has a few skincare things that are really pretty decent. So there's another ingredient that pops up in K beauty that's called PDRN. So my friend Jody was looking over my shoulder at PDRN, and he thought it was like porn, porn
ah,
beauty.
ah,
So PDRN is, I'm not going to try to pronounce it because it's really hard, but it comes from, wait a minute, here we go. It's derived from salmon, fish, sperm.
oh, grody.
Well, they also use snail mucilin,
Oh, mucus.
snail snot.
Oh,
Snail snot is a Korean ingredient, and PDRN is a really popular. So one source said from extracted from salmon's testicles. Come on, salmons don't have testicles, do they?
maybe inside.
But they have sperm. And so what it is, it's components of DNA that,
Yes, they do have testicles.
oh, they do have testicles?
They do.
Does it show them?
Yes. They're inside. They're tiny. Yeah, they're right by the tail exit. They're on there.
I'll be damned.
I know.
Well, I knew that it had sperm, so sperm has to come from something. Usually it's testicles, right? So PDRN, let's talk about PDRN because it's all over the place, all the Hollywood stars do it. PDRN is done, there's two forms of it. It can be administered subcutaneously or into the skin by needles, or it can be topical. You get the biggest result from the more invasive technique, but here it is, polydeoxyribonucleotide.
All right.
P poly, D deoxy, R ribo, N nucleotide. Polydeoxyribonucleotide. Low molecular weight DNA fragments that are traditionally derived from salmon sperm DNA, and they function as a nucleotide donor and cellular signaling thing. Basically, it breaks down into a substance called adenosine. Adenosine adenosine reduces inflammation, encourages fibroblast activity, supports tissue repair signaling. So it's pro repair. It's a repairing type ingredient.
Who on this green earth grabbed a salmon, ejaculated its sperm, and rubbed it on their face? How did they come up with this? Who did this? Because this is complete insanity. Who? Some Korean guy.
It's the same scientist. That's the same Korean guy.
I don't know.
So here it says PDRN does not force cell turnover like acids or retinoids. It supplies building blocks during repair, enhances recovery in compromised skin, and does little in already healthy tissue. So it's conditional, it's not aggressive, it helps if needed. It decreases inflammation, improves post procedure recovery. So people that have had dermaplaning or some of those superficial things done to their skin, PDRN helps in recovery with that, and it enhances barrier recovery indirectly. So it kind of fits in the Korea, the K beauty model after hydration and barrier support. And I found a company that makes PDRN shampoo and spray for dogs and cats. Would you believe it?
No.
So you can have sperm salmon for you. Oh, by the way, I've done sperm salmon. I've done the PDRN. I have a PDRN jar of stuff. It's like a gel. It kind of goes on and it's a little bit tacky. And then later on, your skin is just smooth as glass. It's amazing. It's amazing. You can laugh if you want.
How does this affect pet grooming, Barbara?
How does this affect pet grooming? Well, PDRN is skin repair relevant, not coat repair relevant. Does nothing for the coat, but it does help to make a better skin where the follicles are. So the healthier the skin, the healthier the hair follicles, and the coat that comes out of it is going to be healthier.
Are there any products in pet grooming that use this stuff already?
Yeah. It's called D as in the letter, D hyphen station, D station, the world's first PDRN ingredient volume up and shine pet shampoo. And then we have D station. D station, they also have an ear cleaner and foot balm and a couple of other things. But I also have D station pet skin care mist.
Cool.
And so I'm using these products, on Little for her skin problem, because every time I stop giving her the antibiotics and the What are those pills for anti-itching?
Is it Apoquel?
Yeah, Apoquel. It flares back up, and it's $100 for me to refill those two prescriptions. It's $100 freaking, and she never even did a skin biopsy. So you know what? I'm going K. I'm going Korean on little.
All right.
It may take longer, but I want something that's going to be lasting. And that's what K Beauty does. That's how K Beauty works. So I'm going to start applying my principles of K Beauty to my little old lady girl. That vet wants me to use the like heavy duty antimicrobial shampoo. Kill everything. Kill everything and start over. And it's only as good as while you're killing. And as soon as you stop killing things, it's back. I don't, like that's stupid. I think that's stupid. And it's hard to explain to my friends who care and who care about little that I don't want to keep going on that wheel.
Yeah, I understand.
I started out trying to do it more naturally, and I'm just going to go there again. But now I feel as though I have a little better grasp of what, like, first of all, I don't know what's causing it. I've tried diet change. She said she thought the vet thought it was seasonal, and there is another thing that is an ingredient that I don't see in Korean beauty that I might get to put on the scabby areas,
Uh-huh.
and that's ozonated sunflower oil, which is antibacterial, but in a woo woo sort of way. I know I have to change my mind about ozonated oils, and I apologize to Michelle because for in the past that I've kind of poo pooed it because recent studies have shown that there's great promise in ozonated oils. That's another, we'll talk about that next time.
Okay, well, we're running out of time here, Barbara.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up. I think that the principles of K beauty is a natural fit with the concept of canine esthetician, which I claim to be, or I want to claim to be, because they share a core identity that's a caretaker of skin health, not just appearance and not just fixing what's broken, and focusing on skin function first. So I think that it's a way to go into the future is to draw more principles and ingredients from Korean beauty. And the thing of it is, Susie, Korean beauty products are not expensive. They're not, $99 and everything. They're like $19 and stuff like that.
More reasonable. Definitely.
It's very reasonable because the Korean formulators use ingredients that are indigenous to Korea. And they don't use a lot of the real fancy polyamorphous, polyamorous. They don't use the complex science stuff that costs an arm and a leg, which I love that stuff, and I still will. But right now, I'm leaning in on Korean beauty, and I'll keep you up to date with my results, and I'll be honest if it fails.
Well, I'm excited to see what happens and how this adventure blossoms, and hopefully Little feels better and you look more. Yeah, I don't know how you could possibly look any better than you do because you just look fabulous. You're glowing, you're looking like you're losing some weight. You've just got this healthy feeling about you, this healthy aura. Hey, it's like you've got this green and kind of bluish aura surrounding your whole. Oh wait, that's the
Wait a
northern
minute.
lights on her
That's
background.
the northern light background that I picked for the day. Yeah, thank you. I just radiate health.
Yes, you do. You radiate health. All right, guys, thanks for supporting us. Thanks for being here. Remember to support our sponsors, and happy grooming, everyone. See you next time on the GroomPod. Bye-bye now.
And don't forget to take care of yourselves. Please put yourselves first because we love you.